The scene darkened, a chilling atmosphere enveloping the desperate group. Their eyes, once filled with hope, now burned with a savage hunger. They surrounded a man, their voices rising in a frenzied chorus. "Kill him! Kill him!" Morality had been cast aside, replaced by a primal instinct for survival. One voice, filled with macabre relief, cried out, "It's food! We finally have food!" A flashback transported the young man to the moment of his demise. He relived the horror, the faces of his attackers twisted with desperation. As he lay bleeding, a wave of bitter realization washed over him. Humanity, once a beacon of hope, had been reduced to a monstrous caricature. One face stood out, a woman's, etched in his memory. Her eyes, cold and calculating, mirrored the depths of her betrayal. "I made him open the door," she had said, her voice dripping with callous indifference. "Will you not give me an extra share of the resources?" Her words, a stark reminder of the lengths people would go to survive, stung his soul. In the present, the young man's eyes ignited with a fierce determination. "I was too naive," he muttered, the anger simmering within him. "I shouldn't have died like that. If there's an afterlife, I will make sure you all pay." His voice, once filled with innocence, now carried a chilling promise. "I will pay back 100-fold." With a newfound purpose, a thirst for vengeance fueling his spirit, he prepared to face the challenges ahead. The frozen world, once a harbinger of death, would now witness the birth of a new resolve. He would survive, and he would make those who wronged him pay the ultimate price. The young man erupted in laughter, his eyes wide with disbelief. "Haha, what's going on? Didn't I get killed by those crazed neighbors?" He looked around, taking in his surroundings. A mix of confusion and curiosity etched on his face. The scene shifted to Tian Hai City, a bustling metropolis on the brink of a cataclysmic event. A date flashed on his phone screen, November 12th. A chill ran down his spine as he realized the significance of the date. "Did I reborn?" he murmured, a sense of wonder and dread washing over him. A voiceover explained the impending doom. A supernova explosion 500,000 light-years away had unleashed a devastating wave of energy towards Earth. The once vibrant Tian Hai City would soon become a frozen wasteland, temperatures plummeting to a bone-chilling -70 degrees. A month-long blizzard would blanket the city, extinguishing nearly all life. The young man, now aware of his grim fate, reflected on his past life. "I died on the first month of the disaster, while others managed to survive for years," he thought, a somber tone in his voice. But a flicker of defiance ignited in his eyes. But in the end, all those who survived were taken down by crazed neighbors. They just gave up on their humanity. With renewed determination, he clenched his fist. This time, he vowed to change the course of his destiny. He would not succumb to the harsh realities of the frozen world. He would survive, and he would do it with his humanity intact. The young man, his eyes burning with a newfound determination, outlined his plan. "The top priority now is to ensure safety and hoard enough supplies to survive the apocalypse," he declared, his voice resolute. "And take revenge on those scumbags." He began to meticulously plan, considering every aspect of his survival. Food, water, warmth, entertainment, all were essential to maintain his sanity in the coming isolation. He resolved to stockpile supplies before anyone else, a strategic move that could give him a significant advantage. As he pondered his strategy, a strange sensation washed over him. His eyes felt heavy, as if something had entered them. Suddenly, a breathtaking sight unfolded before him, a mysterious ethereal space filled with floating blocks, and an abundance of resources. He had gained access to a reality space, a hidden dimension that would allow him to store an unimaginable amount of supplies. Seizing this extraordinary opportunity, he devised a daring plan. He would raid nearby supermarkets, warehouses, and suppliers, acquiring essential goods before anyone else could react. Time was of the essence. He knew that in a month, when chaos would engulf the world, supplies would become scarce, and opportunities to gather resources would dwindle. A growl rumbled from his stomach, a stark reminder of his immediate needs. He had to eat now, while food was still plentiful. The countdown to the apocalypse had begun, and he was determined to be one step ahead. The young man, with an almost predatory glint in his eyes, placed his final bite on his plate. "Awesome," he exclaimed, satisfaction evident in his tone. Little did he know, this moment of indulgence would soon be a distant memory. A soft chime echoed through the restaurant, announcing the arrival of new patrons. "Another day, another dollar," he muttered, dismissing the announcement. His focus was singular: survival. He had no time for distractions, especially not the allure of social graces. As he was about to leave, two women approached him. One, with a knowing smile, exclaimed, "Oh my, you're so lucky, this person was just talking about you. Turns out he's from a rich family and all." The other, a woman with a delicate demeanor, tilted her head curiously. "Where are you from?" she asked, her voice laced with feigned interest. The young man, however, was not deceived. He saw through the facade, recognizing the underlying intentions. "Does she just want to cozy up to me because of my money?" he mused, a hint of disdain in his voice. The pure and pitiful White Lotus, as he mentally labeled her, was a common type, a social climber seeking a wealthy patron. With a newfound clarity, he resolved to navigate the social minefield with caution. His priority was survival, and he would not allow himself to be sidetracked by superficial relationships. As the world teetered on the brink of disaster, he was determined to emerge victorious, no matter the cost. The young man, his mind a whirlwind of strategic thoughts, headed towards the supermarket. "I'm going to the supermarket to buy something," he muttered to himself, a mischievous glint in his eye. The impending apocalypse had sharpened his senses, and he knew the importance of stockpiling essentials. As he stepped out, he noticed the two women from earlier trailing behind. A smirk crept across his lips. "Can't let you go so easily," he thought. "Just use me to collect resources. I'll make sure to get some free labor out of this." The women, oblivious to his intentions, eagerly agreed to help. "Yeah, that's right. We can help you carry things. We're neighbors. We should help each other," they chirped, their voices filled with feigned innocence. At the supermarket, the young man methodically filled his cart with essential supplies. One of the women, her eyes widening at the sheer quantity of goods, couldn't resist asking, "Jhangi, why are you buying so many things? Is there a feast that will be held soon that you didn't tell us about?" He responded with a cryptic smile. "Unpredictable things might happen," he said, his voice laced with mystery. The woman, intrigued, pressed for more information, but he skillfully deflected her inquiries. As they continued their shopping spree, the women insisted on helping him load his cart. "If we helped you haul stuff today, later you need to treat us to dinner," one of them demanded, her voice laced with expectation. The young man, however, had other plans. "I'm busy these days," he replied, his tone dismissive. "I'll treat you another time." He knew that another time might never come, especially in the chaotic world that was about to unfold. The woman's frustration was palpable. "How come you're a rich man and can't afford even a small thank you dinner?" she muttered, her voice barely audible. But the young man remained unfazed. His priorities were clear, and he was determined to secure his own future. As the story concludes, a sense of anticipation lingers in the air. What other clever strategies will the young man employ to survive the apocalypse? How will he navigate the treacherous social landscape and emerge victorious? The answer lies in the pages to come.